ultimately I came to this realization about obligation and pleasure, and I have like conceptualized it in my head and then on the paper with a scheme. And finally, this is it. Obligation eventually leads to martyrdom, pain, etc. On the other hand, pleasure eventually might lead to addiction. So of course this is caricature, I will detail this, but what I want to stay with is this is what finally allows me to go where I feel good without hurting myself, avoiding addiction and avoiding the trap of feeling forced to do things, even unconsciously, and just because of norms that and beliefs that I feel I have to stick to. If you are new here, my name is Marion Dorval. I'm a hybrid artist, creative creature, and founder of the Bodyvoice Flow, which is a holistic and creative practice that helps me and others to nurture joy, to support body and mind, and to harmonize what's inside with what is expressed outside. So this video is part of a series that I have called Journal of a Divergent Creative. This is the current name. It might change because precisely I don't want to feel obliged to stay stuck in my own decisions. Pleasure has a lot to do with moving freely. And sometimes it's frightening for the mind because there is this sense of, well, there is no limits. Pleasure is, I might feel good, but I have no structure around it. And obligation feels like something really, lots of constraints and being enclosed into something quite unpleasant, right? Precisely. And the whole core of my practice with the Bodyvoice Flow is precisely to provide a container that is safe, that is structured, but that allows at the same time, because it is safe, because it has some pillars and principles, allows the body and the voice to flow more freely and to enjoy the pleasure of being here, daring our voice, daring our truth, without forcing ourselves. So this has been my way from a long time, but as you may know, in life we really need time to integrate, and time is not linear. It's something that is really informed in shape of a spiral, and we've got to go through many experiences, challenges and surprises and joys to really embody what is our path, what is the meaning of it. And for me, pleasure has become my spiritual path. And why is that? Because I come from a place of lots of shame and guilt that was displayed in my life through obligation. I needed to survive, and I didn't even know it. It was just, life was not supposed to be fun, right? I was witnessing others enjoying things, but I didn't enjoy them because I have a body and a mind that is maybe different, but anyway, what is socially accepted, what is socially labeled as enjoyable and fun, that did not do anything to me. So I was forcing myself to conform and to try to do things like others from childhood through teenage and then later as an adult too. And on the other hand, there was a lot of obligations, and I was really good at performing, accomplishing obligations, because I just wanted to please people, to not deceive anyone, not to be a problem. And when you don't want to be a problem, because you know that if you have any problems, then it might be dangerous for your own safety, what do you do when you don't want to have any problems? Well, you feel all the obligation that people give you, that life is giving you, that social norms, cultural norms, familial norms give you, ask you to feel, just to fit in the mold, right? So I have never been a rebel outwardly. I think nobody could say she's a real rebel, but inside of me I had so much anger and so much misunderstanding of what was happening, but so much fear on top of that, and so much shame on top of that. That shame was covering everything, and obligation were just like the recipe of life. And to deserve something, you had to feel obligations. I don't remember, I think, anything in my previous life that I had access to without accomplishing obligation. And I don't mean effort here. So this is a really big topic. I just want to approach it touch by touch, really slowly. And this is just a point of view which is, of course, first personal, also professional, and superficial, but I need to share it. Just my voice wants to share it with much joy, because now I'm in a place where I know I have done much harm to myself with pleasure through addiction, because pleasure was really unknown to me, pleasure was unsafe, and pleasure had to be a kind of obligation. I had to force myself to have pleasure. And of course you can translate that in every area of life. You can think of many things. It can be intellectual, it can be sexual, it can be professional, it can be private, it can be in friendship, it can be in love, family, etc. Every area is really connected to that. And this point where I am is a point where I feel safety for sure, but beyond safety is the real place where I think we are all aimed to be, is the place of peace. And being at peace now, I can see how my voice has always shown me the way, where in my voice I can detect, do I say this or do I sing this with a slight sense of obligation, even tiny, or do I say this just for the sake of pleasure and eventually for joy, because joy has no reason, and beyond safety there is peace, and beyond pleasure there is joy, right? And these are not things that are hidden or held back from us. We just have to remember. And it seems so simple, but believe me, it's just a remembrance. And so far I thought I had to reach out for this. I had to force myself. I had to make efforts. And efforts is also something I would like to talk about later, because this is the common point, between obligation and pleasure. There is a sense of effort. And sometimes words and experiences mislead us in beliefs that things are opposed and contradictory, but nothing is opposite. Everything coexists into every phenomenon, but we can build more discernment, and this is possible through the voice. And because I have talked so much, I just want to sing now. And this is the morning here. This is the place where I will do my morning practice. And I'm very fond, and I specialized in lullabies. And I don't know if there's a word for lullabies of the morning. And I think I might call it wake-up song. Wake-up song for a wake-up call. Inspired by these sensations in me around obligation and pleasure. day, day da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum we da 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 day somewhere little we da 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 day somewhere little I do day do day so where to pay should it da 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 dum go where to pay and it all lies inside. It all lies inside. What you force yourself to do is nothing but an illusion. It can unveil obligation. You'll find joy somewhere in your body, and somewhere your voice will guide you to. Somewhere your voice will guide you, and somehow your voice will guide you. Somehow your voice will guide you. Will guide you, guide you, guide, 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 good, 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 guide, 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 good, good, guide, good, go. So this is it. You might have listened, scrolled, or sing with me. If you want to know more about my services, my art, and my practice, just check the link below. Take care.